Hello there, and you're very welcome to Monument Monday. Today we're here to visit the beautiful Ballindoon Abbey on the shores of Lough Arrow in County Sligo. Ballindoon Abbey is certainly one of my favourite monuments in County Sligo, and it was built by Thomas O'Farrell in 1507, and it was built as a Dominican priory, so it was a priory for nuns. And the setting is just stunning. There's hardly a puff of wind this morning, and the lake Lough Arrow behind is like glass. It's absolutely stunning, the setting here. It's absolutely beautiful. Ballindoon Abbey is made out of limestone, and it's perched on a ledge with a drop of about 6 metres on the lakeshore side. To the northwest here, about 70 metres, to the northwest of Ballindoon Abbey is St Dominic's Stone, which reputedly has a cure for warts. And also down on the lake edge is St Dominic's Well, which has a pattern day of the 4th of August, and in the past local communities would have performed the Stations of the Cross there on the Saints' Feast Day. And just as you approach the entrance to the church is entered on the north wall through a low door. And it says that St Mary's Priory was founded under the patronage of the Mcdonoughs, and Thomas O'Farrell was probably its first prior here for this building. Now, the entrance door into Ballindoon Abbey is beautiful cut stone. There's some dressed stone there around the edge of it. You also see a lovely chamfered arch, or an angled arch, on the inner arch, and then there's a lovely hood moulding over the arch of the door as well. Just beautiful. So we'll just take a walk through and see what we find inside. Immediately when you go inside the door, on the left hand side there is a stoop, a beautiful design, an octagonal design, and this would have been used as a holy water font. And when you enter the church, you enter into the nave, which would have been the main body of the church, where the congregation would have been placed during the ceremonies. And it's lit by 2 windows. One window, which is really beautiful design, very, very intricate, is the west window. And that's composed of 2 stone mullions in the centre at the base, rising to 3 sub-arches and then switchline tracery above. From the nave of the church looking towards the tower, this is one of the unique features of Ballindoon Abbey, in that the tower actually acts as a magnified rood screen, and rood is the old word for cross. So from the base we've got 3 compartments, vaulted compartments at ground floor level, and that rises to a triple arch on the first floor and rises further then to the bell tower up at the top. And this would have functioned as a separation between the congregation, who would have been based in the nave, and the chancel beyond, where the prior and the choir and the community, the religious community, would have been based during ceremonies. At the base of the tower we have 3 vaulted compartments, and you can see the light is catching the vaulting there really, really beautifully. The vaults, the compartments to the left and the right are only open into the nave, and they're closed on the chancel side. The central one, however, is open, and you can walk through from the nave into the chancel. And there's a lovely feature as you're walking through in the vaulted roof of the central access. In the vaulted ceiling of the central arch, there are 2 holes which would have been used for bell ropes. So the tower above would have had bells in it, and then there was slots left, or holes left, in the roof of the vaulted ceilings to actually take the bell ropes. And it's just a fabulous feature. You can see right up to the sky, as the holes would have been left in this vaulted ceiling, and also in the ceiling above. There are a number of significant burial memorials here within Ballindoon. dating from the 17th century right up to the modern day. And this one here, which is underneath the tower in one of the chambers at the side, is the burial memorial of Terence McDonough, who died in 1717. And he was a famous lawyer, Catholic lawyer that was working during penal times. The chancel is where the congregation would have seen the priest carrying out mass, so there was no access for the general congregation into this space, so it was both the choir and the sanctuary, and the priest would have said mass with his back to the congregation, who would have been based in the nave. The chancel is lit by 3 windows, 2 of which are on the north wall, but the most significant window is the east window, which rises from 3 stone mullions up to sub-arches, 4 sub-arches, and then switch-line tracery above. And it's really, really beautiful, fantastic craftsmanship in terms of stonemason work. And this is the view of the tower from the chancel. You see there's only 2 openings. It rises up through the first story up to the bell tower. A lovely feature of Balindoon is the door in the south wall, and I think when you go through it you get a fantastic sense of how Balindoon Abbey is precariously perched on a ledge of limestone rock, and you also get a sense of the drop to the lake of about 6 metres, and you get a sense of the wonderful setting that Ballindoon would have enjoyed in its heyday and still does today. The setting really is outstanding. Another unique and feature of Balindoon Abbey is the cantilevered stone stairs that's on the external face of the south wall of the abbey. It's a fantastic feature, very precarious, not recommended to access it, and it leads up to the first floor of the tower. I think one of the beauties of Ballindoon is that it's very, very simple in terms of decoration, and you have some lovely tool dressing by the stonemasons on window mullions and also around the doorways. But apart from that, it's fairly devoid of decoration or carved decoration. And I think one of the reasons that I really love Ballindoon Abbey is the San Martins that have made their home here and have become the new congregation. San Martins normally nest in vertical cliffs, or if there's a quarry they'll nest in a sandy quarry, they'll make their burrow and nest in at the back of the burrow. But here they've actually taken over the spaces within the lime mortar between the stones, and they've made their nests there. So they just add a wonderful added dimension to a visit to the building here. So there you have Ballindoon Abbey here on the shores of Lough Carroll. Certainly one of my favourite monuments in County Sligo, and I hope that you get a chance to visit it soon.